Guess what? What? Governments need money. Guess where they're going to try and get it? Unfortunately, they're going to try and get it through raising tax revenues. And unfortunately, this is where all of you guys come in. We're going to talk about some issues that really look at some of the tax risks which are evolving today, particularly because of the economic circumstances. And in line with the OECD's recent report on base erosion and profit shifting, we're going to kind of keep to some of the themes in that report. So first of all, Olivier Vergnol of Taxand France is going to talk about permanent establishment exposures. And then afterwards, Mark Sanders will talk about beneficial ownership and particularly the debate around sort of conduit arrangements and so on. And finally, myself and Alistair Armstrong will look at headquarters jurisdictions and talk a little bit about the risks on tax residency.
Thank you, Kevin. So my subject of the day is permanent establishments. The funny thing is that I think the first question I got when I started my career in 1988 was also about permanent establishments. And it was already for American companies having activities in France, and the question was, when I have 1 or 2 people on the ground, do I have a permanent establishment? And basically today, we are back to the roots. In what conditions do we have a permanent establishment, and under what circumstances is this permanent establishment increasing our taxation?
And maybe look, which countries do you already have operations? Which countries allow you to create substance? Because mere letterbox companies are not what we want to use anymore, to be honest. That's not how we do business anymore. So look, whether you've got, maybe you already have operations in Luxembourg or the Netherlands or in Ireland, and then base your holding finance structure where there is already substance. Something else we see a lot is that companies are now want to get out of the really typical tax haven companies. Let's call them the sunny islands. That's for tax reasons, because the rules are getting stricter, but it's also from a reputational risk. A lot of companies don't want to get into a paper showing that they have 20 Cayman entities. So what we've seen and where we have assisted clients is migrating those companies to a location which is more acceptable, safer. So what are our conclusions? The world is changing rapidly. Again, in 1968, discussion started on beneficial ownership. It's moving much more rapid now, and you need to keep up. So review your current structures. A structure which was set up 10 years ago may not work anymore. Mere letterbox companies are probably not the way forward. You need to do more than that. You need to invest into it. And I think that's my main point. Invest into your structure. You're getting a lot of benefits from your tax structure. If you're not, you shouldn't use that structure, but hopefully you're getting a lot of benefits. So be willing to invest a little bit in maintaining that structure and setting it up properly based on the new requirements.